Hey YouTube. So as you can see before you, we are going to be talking about shotguns today. More specifically, shotgun ammunition. I've got 5 loads here that could be used in a home defense scenario, and I say could because one shouldn't at any cost ever be used to defend yourself. And that is birdshot. Birdshot is absolutely pitiful at defense. It is not suitable for home defense. It is not suitable for anything besides birds, squirrels, and clays. It does not penetrate the required 12 inches of ballistic gel to score a vital hit. If you really, that's the biggest myth about this, about birdshot for home defense, is that it won't penetrate a wall. If it's not going to penetrate a wall, it's not going to penetrate a bad guy. And you need to learn the difference between over-penetration and penetration. If you miss, it's not over-penetration, it's just penetration. It's just doing what a bullet's supposed to do. So, and if penetration is your biggest issue, you should just use 5.56. Just go to a rifle, go to a carbine. Think about this. Dick Cheney's friend took a round to the face and made a full recovery. I'm pretty sure he apologized to Dick Cheney. So, don't depend on, blinding your target with it. That's just fucking dumb. I'll go over that later, and I'm probably going to do a whole separate video, but it's just think about blinding somebody who has a gun, and then they just start shooting randomly because they can't see. So you have rounds going everywhere. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this nasty, stupid bitch out of here. Ratchet asshole. Alright, so next we're doing slugs. This is a slug here. One solid projectile. Boom, boom, boom. Good defense round. I mean, it is not the best for inside the home, though, because it's a big, massive slug, and it takes away the advantages that a shotgun has. It is powerful, it's capable of killing someone, but it's better for outside the home. It's better when you need to extend the range on your shotgun and really fight, or if you need to shoot like a car. Slug is just one big round, but it's an option, not the best one. Alright, now we have the buck and ball load, basically, from Winchester, the PDX load they brag about a lot. It's a slug with 3 rounds of double-aught buck. Kind of cool idea, a little gimmicky, but still kind of cool. Shooting this round's kind of unpredictable. I shot a couple targets, and I don't know where the buckshot went. I shot other targets, and the buckshot grouped perfectly around the slug. So, it's kind of a risk. I'd like to shoot it some more before I decided if I was going to use it. Again, good for outside the home. Increases your likelihood of a hit with 4 projectiles. The slug is made for self-defense, made for home defense. So that's something to be important too. It's a rifled hollow point slug, so it fragments into pieces. Supposedly. Again, I don't have the gel to test that, but hey. Alright. So next, buckshot. Buckshot, I think, is the best load for inside the home. I have 2 different buckshots there, number 1 and double-aught. But first I want to go to the advantages of buckshot. Basically, if you ever read anything about caliber wars, you have guys saying 9 is best, more capacity, 40 is best, it's best of both worlds, 45 is basically a laser death ray that incinerates someone's soul and kills them more dead. And then the common sense says shot placement and penetration is what's necessary to stop an attack. So 12 inches of ballistic gel. That's the standard for shooting someone used by the FBI, invented by a battlefield surgeon and a team of experienced coroners, medics, and nurses. But it's a lie to think that shot placement's easy in a fight. It's hard to get a good sight picture in a fight, much less place a lethal shot in a quick and efficient manner. But shotguns are capable of minimizing that effect, basically simplifying shooting someone. The ability to fire multiple projectiles at one time increases the likelihood of striking, a vital organ. The central nervous system increases the likelihood of stopping the fight, and that's the goal. I mean, even if nothing's vital hit, you still put a lot of bullets in someone really fast. Alright, as I was saying, still put a bunch of projectiles in someone, and that's usually a good indicator of a fight ender. A bunch of holes is going to hurt. That being said, never assume the fight's over. You don't get that choice, the bad guy does. He gets to choose when the fight's over. So, always be asked to find another shot, always follow through, don't shoot, walk away. Alright, I was saying before my battery died that buckshot has a distinct advantage over any other round for a shotgun. The 2 buckshots I got in front of you now is a double-aught 9 pellet and a number 1 18 pellet. Both are 2 3/4 inch. One's made by Suprema, which is a Tula company, and one's made by Remington. Double-aught buckshot itself is way more common, used by law enforcement, military. It's an old standard for hunting and defense. Basically, it's most people's standard because it's buckshot. With the proliferation of military and police using it, it's just very popular. So, and it's cheap. Like I said, I bought a huge box of it for $11, whereas number one's not as common. All right, but it does have some real distinct advantages over the double-aught buckshot. Number one is 16 pellets, about 30 caliber. This is 9 pellets of 33 caliber. So instantly you kind of can see there's going to be overall more rounds, or overall more lead, basically, approximately, give or take 200 grains more. This is about 450, this is roughly 640 grains of lead. Now, I'm not trying to illustrate that these are in any way similar to like a 640 grain slug or 640 grain bullet, actual solid projectile, but I just want to illustrate that the point is this has more killing power, more potential, more pellets, just more everything. The double-aught still great for home defense. If you have it and you're using it, it's not like you're going to miss out. But I just think this is a much more efficient load, and it's a little bit safer than buckshot. The smaller pellets aren't going to penetrate as far through flesh and then risk actually over-penetrating someone. If you hit a wall, you hit a wall. But if you hit a person, I doubt this is going to go through a thin layer of flesh and retain enough velocity and strength and not be deformed to go through a wall and hurt someone. So you kind of get a little advantage with that there. Plus 16 pellets, 16 holes, 16 chances to get a vital, to hit a vital organ and stop the fight. 9 pellets, 9 chances. I mean, the difference is clear. If you're using double-aught and that's what you want to use it. If you're looking for the most efficient load, number one buckshot is the way to go. Now you might want to know 2, 3, 4 numbers. 2, 3, and 4 buckshot. 2 and 3 are kind of uncommon. Number 4 is kind of a favorite too for its low penetrative ability, but it does not pierce 12 inches of ballistic gel. Number 1 does, double-aught does, all the single-aught, triple-aught, and quadruple-aught, a 3.5 inch load, of course, does. So, this is the most efficient load. It's going to pattern very well out of most shotguns, and it's going to cover almost an entire chest region. But it doesn't have so many pellets that they're just going to fly everywhere. So, watch the shooting test, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So, let's go ahead and transition to that.
Good afternoon. Thanks for kind of tuning into this. Excuse my sweaty self. I mentioned before I live in Florida. It's very hot. It's 99 degrees here right now. It's fucking 6 o'clock in the evening. Heat index of 105 and humidity 60-something%. And I went for a run today. Running's a terrible idea ever. But I want to do this before I shower because no matter what, if I came back out here for 10 minutes, I was getting sweaty again. Today, I'm going to do the range time here of 3 rounds. We're going to fire 1 round of double-aught buck, 1 PDX 1 slug, and 1 number 1. And earlier in the video, obviously, I mentioned the number 1 is my favorite. But we're going to shoot the PDX twice, by the way. 1 at 15, 1 at 10 yards to kind of illustrate the buckshot and slug effect it has. And I think it has a place in defensive role, but not inside the home. If your fight goes outside the home, or if it starts outside the home, anything like that, great round. Inside the home, you're going to fuck shit up. Then again, if you're single, live in the country, fuck shit up all you want. So, we'll go ahead and get everything ready. The shotgun, of course, is going to be the Cannon Mount Fury. I'm working it out and make sure it's reliable enough to be a home defense shotgun. So far, it's suited me awesomely. Is awesomely a word? Probably not, but I really like this shotgun, and that's what we're going to be using today. Target's going to be white canvas, which is way cheaper than regular targets. I have it set up on a plastic Marine Corps EMP style target I got before I got out. So that's first round, double-aught buckshot. Next round, the Winchester PDX slugs. Alright, here's my favorite, the number 1 buck. Guess I should take the safety off? Amateur.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about all these targets real quick. This is the double-up buck. It's pretty good. That would definitely fuck someone up, give them a bad day. But, like I said, 8 pellets. Let's look at the Winchester. The Winchester PDX really surprised me. My targets are blown away here. But this was the 10-yard shot with the buckshot, and this was the 15. So maybe I need to rethink this ammo, test a little bit more, because I've only tested about 4 rounds before, and I found at 15 yards these buckshot were going everywhere. But these are hitting real consistent, so I'm not sure what happened with my previous targets. Maybe it was me, but I'm going to test a few more of these out before I give an opinion, really. This freaking raccoon running across my yard. Anyway, I do think that'd be a great outside the house fighting load. Police, probably not. Military, sure, but they don't use slugs much. But for a home defender fighting outside the house, that thing is going to penetrate and destroy some shit. That is a made for shooting people hollow point slug. Alright. Now, my personal favorite, the number 1. Look at all those pellets. Right in the get fucked up area. Like, I mean, that's pretty much everything vital. Like, that's your lungs, your heart. It's all your internal goodies turn to goo. So, that's why I think this is the best. Like I said, smaller pellets, less penetration, but still meets the minimum requirements easily enough. The double aught's great as well. I mean, you can't be faulted for it, but I think this is the perfect load to really just mess someone's day up. Alright, so that's been Shooting Shit Volume 1.